It is a happy Wednesday, everyone, which means we get a visit with our friend Michael Babcock at TMZ to get the scoop on today's hottest stories. Good morning, Michael. Babcock.
Hey, Maddie, how are you?
Why am I calling you Michael? What happened to me? I just went into autopilot.
I thought my mom was on.
I know. What's happening?
Jeremy.
Babcock.
How you doing, guys?
Good, good. How are you?
Michael.
Good. Everything's good.
My mom is coming on the show next Monday. She won't be here on Wednesday, but she sends her best to you because she loves you.
Yeah, your mom is the sweetest. Tell her I said hi, Jeremy.
I
please.
sure will. Okay.
Yeah.
So what is happening in La La Land?
What do you want first, Taylor Swift or?
Yeah,
Tory
let's start
Lanez?
with Swift.
Let's get her out.
Okay,
Let's
Taylor
swiftly
Swift.
get her out of the way.
So she had last night her six of 6 shows in LA. It's not the Super Bowl, but it's crazy how much energy and how many people are going to these shows and the big celebrities that want to go see Taylor Swift. A lot of these people are paying a lot of money. I mean, thousands and thousands of dollars in some cases for tickets. That's how much they're going on the secondary market. I mean, it's like, if you want to just get in the building, it's like $700. And if you want to, a seat where you can see anything, then you're paying thousands. Well, there are some people who have been getting into these LA shows by essentially paying off security. So what some people have done, we've talked to some of these people. They would go through the security checkpoint, no tickets, just go through the security checkpoint where you're allowed to be and where they're not checking tickets yet at that point. And then once you get up to a place where you do need a ticket, they're just simply paying off security guards, like not very large sums of money either. We've talked to a few people who got in for $60.
What?
2 people got in for $60. Somebody else paid $100. And when you consider what you would have paid if you bought a ticket, I mean, it's a very small percentage of what you would have paid if you got in, rightfully so. So, I'm sure, and now the shows are over here in LA, but I'm sure that SoFi Stadium and probably other stadiums across the country are going to pay attention to this because obviously they don't want that.
So do these security guards have the wristbands that you need? Is this floor level? Is this standing?
Yeah. Well, I mean, then you have no seat, right? So then you're inside the stadium and you're sort of just wandering around. And if somebody asks you for a ticket or a ticket stub, then I think you're in trouble. But yeah, I think they're essentially just looking the other way and letting people walk into the stadium and find a seat.
Michael, times are tough. Security guards got to make some money, okay? $60 is $60.
In fairness, they don't make, right. They don't, it's like, it's a part-time job for a lot of people. They don't, obviously, they're not getting paid a whole bunch of money. So if somebody's throwing hundreds of dollars at you, I mean, I don't know what I would do.
I'm just saying.
I
might let you in too.
I am so happy the LA shows are over because all my LA friends, it's just been Taylor Swift spam on Instagram story
Maddie,
after Instagram. I mean, I know that Keith Jackson, your coworker and our mutual friend there at TMZ, he was filming from his house, which SoFi is basically in his backyard, and it was vibrating that his son couldn't go to sleep.
It was so crazy. It's like you could hear the show from the neighborhood surrounding the stadium. It's been crazy. I can't remember seeing anything like it. 6 straight days with 6 sold out shows, and every one feels like a big deal. I mean,
is that a record for SoFi?
It has to be.
I would think so.
SoFi's fairly new.
Yeah, SoFi's new. I don't know of anybody else who could sell out 6 shows here.
That's crazy.
Maybe Beyonce. I'm sure there's a few other people, but yeah, it's
Is
been
Beyonce
amazing.
coming to SoFi? Is that part of her?
I don't know. She's on her tour. I'm not sure.
Okay, I'll check into
I
that.
thought she was on a Renaissance tour, but
I know she's on
You know
tour.
what? Hey, good for Taylor Swift. She's 6 nights in a row of performance after performance. Good for her on that.
Yep.
And hey, good for the people sneaking in. If you're really that diehard, you're willing to, put your life on the line for her. Go ahead.
I mean, just saying.
Exactly.
Okay, so we're moving on to a prison sentence.
Oh yes.
Yeah. So this is for Torry Lanez. Torry Lanez, remember the whole Meg Thee Stallion incident where back in 2020 he actually shot her in the foot after they had gotten into an argument after going to a Jenner party. Anyway, so on Monday and Tuesday, he was in court. Torry was in court for sentencing. It went quite a bit of time. It was started Monday and then it carried into Tuesday. And Tuesday's when he actually found out his sentence after everybody had spoken, for Torry. The people who thought that he should have had a long prison sentence. You had both sides represented, and the judge ultimately gives him 10 years. He could have faced more, but his side was hoping for significantly less. Judge wasn't having it, though, and in the end now, he's going to have to serve, or at least he gets sentenced to 10 years. We'll see how much he actually ultimately serves, but he's going to be behind bars for a while. And I mean, he at one time, and he still is a big star, but he was, he was one of the hottest names in all of hip hop and R&B, and he's about to go sit behind bars for a decade.
For a decade, yeah, that's pretty wild. Because I remember when all of that unfolded, like Kylie had posted a picture of her and Meg in her pool, and then all of a sudden it came out like that night or the next day that she was shot and all this stuff.
You're like, what? You don't even believe it, or you think you heard the story wrong when you hear that. Meg Thee Stallion, Torry Lanez shot Meg Thee Stallion, and they got pulled over. It's on video. She's actually taken out of the car, and she's hopping on her foot because her one foot was shot. I mean, it was a surreal and just a bad situation. And now he's gonna have to.
Michael? Wasn't he claiming it was an accident though? Didn't he say it was? It went off.
There were different versions. There were different versions, and then he didn't fire a weapon, and there were a few versions of the story. And he really, before he was sentenced yesterday, he sort of gave like a half apology, but has never really directly apologized to Meg Thee Stallion. And Meg will say to this day that she can't be in the same room with him, and that this has really had an effect on not just her music career, and I think it's hurt her career because a lot of people have not treated her well in the light of this, in the aftermath of this, I should say. She's scarred by this. This was a incident of domestic violence, and she was shot, and it's been difficult for her actually.
Wow. Yeah, and I guess I heard or read somewhere that she testified in court as well, or her victim impacts speech. She said she hasn't had a day of peace since this incident. So I'm interested.
Yeah, that's how affected she's been by it, Maddie. So, I know some people say, if it's a little, wound to the foot and she was okay. But, I mean, that's a scarring thing. I would think that's a scarring thing to go through when somebody's firing.
Well, I don't want to get shot. At any part of my body,
Even a Nerf gun.
Exactly. I think you've just got some people who have been apologists for Torry Lanez in this situation. But 10 years. He's facing over 20, and his attorney Jose Baez wanted much less than 10, but he gets 10.
Wow.
He's got 10.
Well, Michael, you're always up to snuff on everything happening in Hollywood, my friend. You're our go-to. We appreciate you.
I'm trying.
Maybe one of these days the sports and celebrity worlds will collide, and you can talk about like your sports stuff,
Sports stuff.
Hey, football season's upon us. We're going to talk about Mahomes. Come on now.
We'll talk about him during the year. But until then, Taylor Swift.
Yeah. Well, Michael, thank you so much. We'll see you next week.
Thanks for having me.
All right. You can catch TMZ weekdays at 5 p.m. and TMZ Live weekdays at 2 p.m. Don't go anywhere. We'll have so much more fun on Ozarks Fox AM right after this. He's always knowledgeable.
He is.